Alright, so we're gonna make a Pathfinder as our next class. Captivated by the allure of ancient artifacts, the Pathfinder traveled far and wide in search of these icons of bygone eras. But when she fell under a powerful curse while exploring ruins deep in the forest, she began to channel its tainted energy as her own. Granted mastery of the exotic Asian bow, she fights by linking her 3 core archery skills to charge up the power of her relic, then expanding the relic's build-up energy to loose powerful bolts of black hex-touch energy. Remote wilds of Pirion. Would have guessed there'd be a conveniently placed cave out here in these desolate mountains. My curiosity wasn't piqued before, well, it sure is now. Looks like it's been a while since anyone set foot in here. I'd wager a couple hundred years at the very least. I wonder if it's one of those old secret passageways that lead to danger and treasure. Usually in that order, but then it might just be some cleft in the rocks forgotten by time. Phew, looks like I'm getting close to the end. Oh, this place looks like it must have been some kind of field research lab. The ancient manuscripts and artifacts are from an era that predates even what we'd consider antiquity. Yep, this nerd cave's bona fide ancient. Looks like whoever it was had a healthy interest in old artifacts and curios. Maybe we would have really hit it off. I mean, aside from the fact that I missed them by a couple centuries. These sketches though, there's something about them. It's like a drawing of an ancient ruin. I mean, I've seen a few ancient ruins in my time, so I'm pretty sure. Those research labs, littered with even older artifacts and texts. Something about all this feels dangerous, like maybe they found out something they wish they hadn't. After all, why else would they leave all their belongings here? What did they see? What did they know? Where did all this stuff come from? I want to find out. Once I do, what kind of artifacts will I uncover? This could get juicy. Several days later, in the Partem ruins. Well, here we are. I'm certain this is the place depicted in those old sketches. I've gotta say, I think I underestimated this place. Look at how huge and cavernous it is. I've got a feeling there must be something incredibly hidden in here. Let's see, I've gotta find the 3 keys, then offer them up to the altar of the trial. At least that's what was scribbled on that note I found lying on the research desk. About the one I found on the research lab, another one I found on the way here. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. Judging by the reaction this key is giving off, I'd say it's a pretty safe bet that the last key is somewhere in these ruins. Oh, I don't like the shaking. Shaking ruins are an occupational hazard. Come on now, you're not gonna collapse on me, are you? But I can't just leave without finding out what the 3 keys will reveal. Let's hope these ruins hold together at least that long. Come on, architecture of the ancients. Don't fail me now. Okay, I guess the plan is to head where the altar keys point me. Doesn't look like it's too far off, but all the same, I shouldn't try my luck by hanging around here any longer than I need to. Whatever the key is responding to, it's just beyond there. Right, let's go there and let's find out. Looks like a sort of treasure. Box of considerable age. You have a feeling that if you open it, you'll find something incredible inside. Something incredibly cool or incredibly dangerous. Okay, the game just froze. That must mean there's something really incredible inside. An arrow and a potion. They look old enough, sure, but they don't seem particularly significant. It doesn't seem any different from those modern times. In other words, it's just like any other junk. Did I come all the way here for nothing? There's something written on the outside of this box. Might as well take a look-see. It's written in an ancient script. Question is it worth trying to decipher it? I'll take some time, but of course it's worth it. Mostly because it would drive me nuts if I didn't. Curiosity. You're the itch I always have to scratch. A temperamental dancer, best viewed with distant gaze. In crimson does it pirouette, in black its footfall stays. Oh, Asian poetry, which is also a riddle. Score. Now that we've got the basic rhyme scheme, next verse would go like so. Decipher the ancient script on the box. It's written with the figurative lilt, as ancient verse is wont to do. But after mulling over it a while, you'd think you have a good idea of what it's referring to. I didn't understand anything of that sentence, so I hope that Pathfinder understands it. They seem to be interested in like ancient language and stuff. So basically it's telling me that to get the offering from whatever is guarding these ruins. Then once I've done that, I'll place it in front of the pillar that correctly answers the riddle. Gotta love the way these ancient ruins are always so roundabout with their secrets. I know the answer now. Take that, ancient riddle maker. Now let's find this ruins guardian and get pillar offerings. I think if I poke around here, I'm about to run into the ruin guardian sooner or later. Temperamental dancer, best viewed with grace. In crimson does it pirouette, in black it footfall stays. Place offering before the pillar, engraved with the correct answer on the riddle. Okay, let's see. Temperamental dancer, best viewed with grace. In crimson does it pirouette, in black footfall stays. Cloud, fire, or moonlight? I mean, fire is best viewed from a distant gaze. Cause it like it hurts if you get too close to fire. It's a temperamental dancer because fire is quite temperamental. And plus it's hot, so temperature. In crimson does it pirouette. In black it footfall stays. I mean ash is black, so I guess fire. With a rumble and uncomfortable scraping sound, a concealed compartment on the bottom of the box slides open. Peering inside, you see something shining. Ooh, we did solve the riddle. And the crowd goes wild. Should I be proud that I solved the riddle, or was it just a very easy riddle? Last key to the altar, and that of course makes 3. I guess it was a good thing I stopped to translate that riddle, huh? Now that I have all 3 of the keys, next step is to plug these things into the altar. Huh? The key's shining again. There must be something that way, where the light's pointing me. And I bet my weight in mesos that it's the altar. Moments later, somewhere in the Partum ruins. Ha! I found you at last, Relic. You put up a good challenge, but now you're all mine. Oh, we even get a video. Are we getting a video? I hear some sound, but I don't think it's working. According to the Twitch chat, it should show a YouTube clip. But it's not working. So I might wanna fix that. Brain doesn't wanna load, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna check it on YouTube and see if I can edit it into the video. Alright, it was a little bit impractical, but we did manage to see the video. Apparently, Pathfinder found their secret, but something didn't go all too well. So let's see where this leads us. I'm not sure if the original video had any sort of sound effects. At least the video I found didn't have them turned on. And it was impossible for me to find the original video. I had to use a segment from another Let's Play. Hopefully the rest of the cutscenes will work. Anyway, let's continue from here. Ah! Almost there. Later, at the base camp. Feels like my innards are on fire. What the heck happened back there? What was up with that super ominous energy? Was it because I touched a relic? Is this one of those creepy curses you always hear stories about? Because my mentor was right. She was always saying that in this line of work, danger nips at curiosity's heels. Probably should have taken that part more seriously. Congratulations, Pathfinder. You're soaked up everything I've taught you like a sponge, but now it's time for you to head out and explore the world for yourself. I'm certain it won't be long before you quiver full of tales to tell, stories from your own adventures. Okay, so she was a student of Athena Pierce. I mean, that makes sense, since Pathfinder is an explorer bowman. After all, having observed your growth as you've trained, I can say with confidence that your daring and curiosity exceeds even that of your fellow explorers. However, I want you to be aware that I worry for you, for those exact same reasons. Curiosity can be the torchlight that illuminates heretofore unseen paths. It can also be the appendant candle that sets the house ablaze. That's why, if you remember anything you've learned from me, I want you to remember that in this line of work, danger tends to follow the curious. To that end, you must learn to control your curiosity, know when to indulge it and when to deny it. But the relic. An artifact of unknown purpose, imbued with a powerful curse, and armored by ancient artifacts, you found the relic while exploring. Afflicted with its curse, you teetered between life and death. But barely pulling through, you began to travel the land, hoping to learn more about the relic. Something about you is different from before. ancient bow. What first seemed to be a double-bladed dagger was in fact a mystical ancient bow. Through the relic's influence, you can draw out its hidden power. Curse Sigil. The curse's mark on your hand has grown smaller, but shows no sign of disappearing. You feel it slowly eating away at your life force. You must escape this cursed fate, whatever it takes. Several days later, near the Partum ruins. Guess the investigation always starts at the scene of the crime. It all happens in these ruins, so I figure there must be a clue on how to break the curse here. But even if there is, it does me no good if I can't even get in. That leaves me with just two options. Then, either I find some way to get inside the ruins, or check out places nearby. Okay then, before I get into the swing of the investigation, I better make sure I'm prepared. Holy shit, that's so loud. I apologize for any broken eardrums. And we're level 10. Good job, me. Thank you, Maple Administrator. Yes, I've reached level 10, I know. Stop saying that. Some sort of ancient force entered me after I came in contact with the relic. Which would be kind of cool, except for the curse I picked up in the process. That's kind of a big drawback. Well, there's no putting the toothpaste back in the tube. As they say, I've got to stay calm and think about what I can do for now. Maybe a little self-reflection would do me some good. A few minutes of meditation, some breathing exercises. I'll be able to feel the change inside me. Well, there's one silver lining to this curse. It looks like I can actually use the ancient bow now. I'd say that's a pretty classy upgrade, even for the terminally hexed. And that's a sort of way you can deal with having to live being cursed by an ancient bow. Ever since I touched the relic, I've been able to use those new skills too. It's like the knowledge was just dumped into my brain or something. Would you really call it a curse? It sounds more like a blessing that way. Looks like I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Now let's head out and see what I can find. Me. For me. Ark. Wah! That's an awfully weird sound, and it's coming from somewhere nearby. After I've looked around for a bit more, I'll go see what's up. Something moving there in the brush. Time to find out what we're dealing with. Save me, my poor head. It's been stuck in the ground, you see. I should probably help him. You never know which random person will have the clue that leads you on your next adventure after all. We also got our Explorer book. Which is the same for all the Explorer classes. Greeting, fellow organism. I couldn't help but notice you seem to be in need of some assistance. Please, you must help me. Must I? If I do, will you do anything I ask for you in return? It's kind of a shitty thing to say. If I'm stuck in the sand with my head and I can't get out and someone says, oh well, I will only help you if you give me something in return. I wouldn't be too happy about it. So what? Fine, but it has to be something in or near town. As long as it's okay with you, I'll do whatever you want. Okay, you've got yourself a deal. Get ready to be unceremoniously yanked from the ground like a turnip. No wait, you can't just pull me out like that, like I'm some weed. My tender sensitive body could be torn into two. Then whatever's inside of me would spill out, and oh dear, I'm sure it will be a terrible mess. Okay, then what should I do? Seed oil, that's the ticket. If you dazzle some of that on me, I'll pop out like a jack in the box. Except in reverse, I suppose. Seed oil is pretty common around here, so I don't expect it'll be any trouble to get some. Bring Pudgy flower seed oil from Pudgy Flowers for me. You can find Pudgy Flowers nearby in the forest of Pudgy Flowers. Okay, so I guess that we're going to get some. They say legends sleep beneath the forest, but it sounds like a load of hooey to me. Drizzle seed oil over the unfortunate fellow until the ground itself was moist. Then, with a sucking sound and a loud pop, something rather strange popped out of the ground. Haha, you really did it. You saved my life. What a kind soul. Your generosity is truly boundless. Here, I'm a bit dazed, as you can probably see, but a deal's a deal. What is it you want me to do for you? Go on, don't be shy now. I don't want much information mainly. Tell me what you know about this area. This forest is pretty vast. What are your curiosities? What are you curious about? More specifically. If I, the adequately intelligent mascarpone, possesses knowledge that can be of help, then I will be glad to share it with you. Ask about the ruins. The ruins? You mean the torturing tower of Robo over there? I've heard it was held in high regard in ancient past. But even treated as a place of worship because there was some sort of power that could heal the injured. But you know how things go. Time passed, the crowd thinned, and eventually people stopped coming all together. After that, a rather unwholesome energy began to seeping of that place. Sure, it started small, but most missed it. But over the years, it grew stronger until it became what you see now: creepy ruins that mothered still their children never to play near. The forest is pretty vast. What are you curious about specifically? Okay, we did ask that already. Sounds like you're actually interested in collecting weird trinkets from the ruins yourself. Psh, ancient artifacts are the coolest. These blobby talking things are what's weird. Still, it sounds like, even if they do know something about the relic, they'd be tight-lipped about it. This forest is pretty vast. What are you curious about, more specifically? Why does it keep repeating that the thing? Okay. Ask about the village. Oh, you're interested in our little Karupa town? Well, Karupa town is more of a description than a proper name, really. It's a place where the people who have called this part of the forest home for generations live. I'm a proud Karupa myself, yes. We tend to be rather faint-hearted We tend to be a rather faint-hearted lot, so we don't really do much traveling. And by that, I mean we seldom leave the village. We also don't have much in the way of communication with the outside world, aside from the explorers who pass through from time to time. So they're an indigenous race, or something close, but they've got a collective fear of the ruins that goes back generations. Since it sounds like I can just waltz up and ask them how to open the entrance again. Feels like I'm wasting my time poking around here. Maybe if it's time I got a move on and continue my search somewhere else. If I may be so bold, explorer, it seems like something about this land has caught your interest. If that's the case, I'd like to invite you to come visit our town. You may be able to learn more there. And you're in luck, because today just so happens to be the festival day. Yes, indeed, today we're celebrating the legendary Karupa Wonderlixer, greatest of all tonics and tinctures. Legend has it that one chug that if one chucks a bottle of this famous brew, all foul things within them will be purified, and they'll be blessed with abundant health and longevity. Huh, a legendary tonic that purifies all things foul? Not only do I have a very compelling reason to get myself a bottle, I may even have historical ties to this curse. It's got a dubious looking face for a potato. Still is the only lead I've got right now. I guess it wouldn't hurt to visit their village and find out what they know. Well, alright, except leads away. You're actually interested? I mean, of course. Who wouldn't be? Just answering a couple of questions in return for you saving me doesn't feel like a square deal. Come and party at our festival and I'll make sure you don't get hungry. In our town, everyone's the shyest sort, so don't feel bad if folks keep their distance at first. They know a good heart when they see one, though, so I'm sure they'll warm up to you quickly. I'm sure you'll all be the best of friends before you know it. I'm always right about these things at least 80% of the time. Well, what are we standing around here for? Are you ready to head to Karupa Town? Alrighty, just follow me. We'll be in Old Karupa Town in no time. Oh, that's a weirdo. Let's go home. That's okay, guys. You can come out. I know this traveler may look kinda weird. I mean, you're a potato with legs. You're calling me weird. I know this traveler may look kinda weird, but with that visible neck and all. But they went out of their way to save my life. That's weird, they're being even more shy than usual today. It's probably because you're the first outsider who's passed through in a while. But even then, they're usually not this skittish. Maybe that loud noise we've heard a few days ago had them on edge. I probably should have mentioned it before. Loud noise is the main reason the Krupas steer clear of the ruins. Ever so often we hear this terrifying boom and my stomach twists itself into knots every time. I've never heard anything quite like it. It's very bizarre. Anyway, we're almost there right now. Right ahead. You should be able to see where we Karupa live. Unfortunately, I can't twist the village's stubby arms into coming out. Maybe you should have a chat with the chief over there. He usually knows what to do. If you're on friendly terms with the chief, the others will start opening up to you too. That's why he's who you want to smoosh with first. I mean, do I really have to smoosh with a potato? Greetings, I'm the chief of this village. Oh ho! You brought an outsider with you, Mascarpo. Explain everyone scurrying around right before you showed up. Tell me, what brings this stranger here? Mascarpo explained what happened, telling the chief he wanted to invite you to the festival as thanks for pulling him out of the ground. To be perfectly honest, this outsider seems the chilly sort, but let it not be said that I judge on first impressions alone. If Mascarpo here is vouching for you, it's doubtful you're the ordinary troublemaker sort. And so, in the interest of sharing Karupa culture, I invite you to take part in our festivities. Now, allow me, Chief Gouda, to welcome you to Karupa Town. To start, why don't you tell us a bit more about yourself? Who are you? Where are you from? Do you have any food allergies we should know about? You told him that you're an explorer from Maple World, currently traveling the land while beating up monsters and fetching things for people. Thankfully, it doesn't look like the chief is suspicious of you. Oh, it sounds like quite a life. I'll be sure to remember that, explorer. So when do you guys bust out the Wonder Elixir? I'm eager to see it for myself. The festival preparations are still underway, so it'll be a while before the main event. In the meantime, if you need something to keep your hands busy, why not aid the others with their tasks? The townspeople all seem very wary, but helping them could helping them out could really break the ice. If they start feeling comfortable around me, I might even be able to get some useful info out of them. Alright, so we're gonna try and help the... Like the chief said, everyone's busy with festival related business. But who knows, if you give them a hand with their duties, you might be able to get everything ready faster. What do you say, Explorer? Are you up for helping out with some work around town? Nothing endears an outsider to us Karupa quite as fast as reducing the amount of work we have to do ourselves. Yeah, I can do that. The only question is, who should I help first? We've only known each other a few hours and you're already such a team player. Don't you worry about a thing. I'll send you where your help is most needed. There's a youngster named Bree, who's in charge of preparing all the ingredients of the Wonder Elixir. It's one of the festival's most challenging jobs, so I think she'll definitely appreciate a hand with the work. Bree is a pretty upbeat kid, a real ray of sunshine compared to most of us in the village, so there's no need to worry about her giving you the cold shoulder. Anyway, good luck. We're counting on you. Hi, I'm Bree. I'm getting everything ready for the ceremony. Hehe, you're the brave explorer who pulled Maskerbo out of the ground when he got stuck, right? I may have been eavesdropping on your conversation with Chief Gouda. In my defense, we don't get a lot of visitors. You do sort of give an unhappy vibe like the chief said. But I don't think you're a bad person. I really admire people who have the courage like that. They always seem like they can do anything. I wish I could be more like them. Her upbeat disposition suddenly dims, a pained look on her face. But just as quickly as she had grown downcast, she rallies her cheer, as though to snap her out of her funk. Oh, sorry, I totally spaced out and forgot to introduce myself. I'm Bree. I'm in charge of the festival's preparations this year. It's a lot of work preparing for the festival, held to wish the town's well-being. Lots of pressure. It'll be easier if that loud noise would just give it a rest this year. Ah, silly me. Got all carried away. You came to help me with my festival work, right? Well, before I babble my ear off, let me tell you what ingredients we still need. We need pudgy flower stems, which you can get from pudgy flowers. Pudgy flowers live in the Toxie Pudge Meadow. I leave you to you, but then, brave explorer. Still, pudgy flowers might look like a bunch of illy stemmed pushovers, but they have spiky thorns, so be careful not to get pricked, okay? Oh, you already brought all the pudgy flower stems? That was really fast. You must hit a lot harder than you look like you do. Pudgy flower stems are pretty tough and fibrous, but through the secret method passed down from among the Karupa, they become part of the formula for the mystical Wonder Elixir. At the end of the festival, we all share a drink of the Wonder Elixir, as we wish for the health and fortitude of everyone in town. Would you like to try some too? It has a rather bitter aftertaste, but so do a lot of healthy things. If you want to drink your very own bottle of Wonder Elixir with us, it'll happen that much sooner with your help, so just talk to me again whenever you're ready. Share the Wonder Elixir as part of the festival. Next on the list, we're gonna need Toxie Blossom leaf, and you can get those from Toxie Blossoms. Toxie Blossoms live in Toxie Pudge Meadow. I'll leave it to you in your capable hands. Then, by the way, Toxie Blossoms are known for their poisonous pollen, but as long as you don't breathe it in, you should be fine. I'll bet someone as strong as you could fight for 15 minutes without breathing. That sounds a little bit unhealthy. Ooh, those look like Toxie Blossom leaves. I'll take them, thank you. It may seem counterintuitive to make a purifying elixir out of something laced with poison, but the poison itself is neutralized by the preparation process. Pretty neat, huh? These ingredients are weird, but they don't seem miraculous or anything. Can they really make a legendary medical tonic out of this stuff? Maybe the power is in the steps of the recipe itself. I'm curious, how exactly do you mix all these ingredients? You may have seen a stone mortar and pestle in the forest outside town. Those have been handed down through the line of chiefs for generations, and that's what we use to grind up everything to make the Wonder Elixir. It looks like all the preparations for the festival are done. Just let me run out one check to make sure I didn't forget anything. Looks like everything's been taken care of and we can begin the ceremony. Can you go to the chief? Can you let the chief know we're ready? Bree says that she just got everything ready on her end. Oh, it looks like she got things squared away earlier than expected. Thanks to your help. Now let's everyone in town together. Let's gather everyone in town together and let the ceremony commence. We traditionally hold this part of the festival on the Mortar Grind Hill. I'll gather the townsfolk and we'll head over. You can join us whenever you're ready. I can't hold back any longer. I have to know how this works. I'm gonna get there before everyone else and examine the stone mortar and pestle myself. And of course something is gonna happen, I assume. Huh, this must be the legendary... This must be the legendary tool Bree was talking about. It's got some moss growing on it. That's to be expected from a stone object that's been sitting outside since ancient times. But they don't realize this is an artifact. You said that it's the end of the ceremony. Everyone drinks their share of the Wonder Elixir and soon I'll get my chance. I hear the townspeople coming. Now's my chance to make the elixir. Then I can just show up in a few minutes like I just got there and no one will be the wiser. Several minutes later, on Mortar. I see everyone's here. Good, good. As we come together to partake in the legendary Karupa Wonder Elixir, let us all reflect on the spirit of healing and wellness, both in ourselves and in our community. Divine powers come to rest in the legendary Mortar and Pestle. As we have a special guest with us this year's celebration, I would like to offer them the honored first sip. Come, traveler, and partake of the Wonder Elixir. I'm ready. As you prepare to drink the Wonder Elixir, you feel an ominous energy within you begin to surge. In your discomfort, it occurs to you that the sensation is much like the first time you came in contact with the relic. That doesn't sound good. Wah. Oh no. Oh no, it's the sound, the terrible sound. But this is the sound that comes from those ghastly ruins outside the village. What in the world? It still feels the curse present, but there's some weird reaction going on too. I'll bet the relic has some sort of connection with this town. If only I knew what. My head feels like it's going to explode. My head feels like it's gonna explode. Danger, everyone! Back to the village. Take shelter there. At the chief's urging, the townsfolk flee towards the village, spooked by the loud noise. The only ones who remain are the chief and the chatterbox. I think our festival would have been disrupted by such an ill omen. Tell me, traveler, why is your body making the same haunting noise we hear from the ruins? Well, I could have predicted the Wonder Elixir would trigger something weird like this. Looks like I've worn out my welcome with these guys, but I guess that means there's no reason to hold back my inquiry for politeness' sake now. I've got a few questions of my own. This relic, what exactly is it? You know something about it, don't you? Taking out the relic you found in the ruins, you hold it before you Taking out the relic you found in the ruins, you hold it before you for them to see. What a weird sentence. Taking out the relic you found in the ruins, you hold it before you for them to see. You watch them tremble as the color drains from their faces. How did you come into possession of such a terrible thing? You need to leave right now and to think I took you for a good person. Oh, have you defiled those sacred festivals with that odious totem? You have brought in your wake that foul noise that has long stuck fear into the hearts of the Garupa. You have brought evil things right into our midst. After what we've all just experienced, I doubt anyone would wish to extend you any further hospitality. Leave our village and do not return. Well, this put me in a bit of an awkward place. Guess I have no choice but to try some other avenues of investigation. Oh, look, it's Bree. What are you doing here? This isn't good. Someone's gotta step up and do something. I thought everyone ran away. What are you still doing here? I was hiding and saw that thing you put out to show this. Why can I not read anything? I was hiding and I saw that thing you pulled out to show the chief. Does that relic have some connection to the ruins outside of town? What if it does? We Garupa are scared of those ruins, and the sounds that sometimes comes from them is a weird sound, like a loud crash and a yawning drone. I can hear clearly, even in town. It feels like it gets a bit louder every time and more ominous. But all we can do is carry on and pull our hearts into our festivals. No one ever ventures inside the ruins to find out what's going on in there and what causes the noise. They're scared, and so am I. Yep, just think about it gives me the heebie-jeebies. Still, we can't just let things go on like this. I feel like it's only a matter of time before it turns from just scary to really dangerous. Someone's gotta step up and do something. We're too caught up in our own fear, but not you. You're brave and strong too. I have a feeling I know where this is going, but just tell me what you're getting at. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, if you wouldn't mind a scary kid like me, could you maybe take me along with you as you investigate your relic? You? What sort of help would you be? Well, I'm good at helping stuff. I can't fight or anything, but if you need anything from in or around the town, you can count on me. Plus, there's someone I can introduce you to. He's kind of a weirdo, but he's smart. His name is Gorgons. He's a cookie guy who hangs around outside town and serves the rooms. He likes weird odds and ends too, but I don't know what for. If you find him, he might be able to answer a few of your questions. Of course, I'll handle the introductions. I never thought of myself as someone who would do the whole hero sidestick thing, but if this can net me a few good leads, then sure, I'll play along. Moving in a group makes it hard to avoid detection, but once the investigation's done, you're tagging along after that, got it? So are you saying you will take me then? Right? I just know we'll make a great team. Hey, come on, I'll take you to meet Gorgons. His house isn't far. So I got our little sidekick on our adventure. Gorgon's place. This is Gorgon's house. He's probably asleep right now, though, since he tends to stay late, then naps half the day away. I like Gorgons, he's my type of guy. Just take long naps and then stay awake until like way past midnight. Hey Gorgons, wake up and roll out of bed for a minute. I need to talk to you. Gorgons, oh Gorgons. Gorgons. I just remembered, there's a surefire way to get him to show. Demogorgons? Wah. Ah, that's what I like to hear. The power, the prestige, the smidge of extra credibility that comes from being addressed by your full name. Anyway, long time no see, kiddo. What's shaking? Well, you don't seem to be doing any worse for wear. I was worried when you first said you were moving out of town.
Worried for me, I roll with the punches. Whatever the trouble, I thought it out. Worried for me, I roll with the punches. Whatever the trouble, I tough it out. But enough of me, about me. Where's your tall, dark, and shady friend there? Wait, don't tell me you hired your very own assassin.
No, they're a hero, an explorer who was passing through the area. We're working together now. Did I mention they're super strong?
At long last, a fellow connoisseur of myth, mystery, and the generally odd. Become my rival and let us scourge at each other with the flames of heated scholarly competition.
What? No, this is why people don't come visit you, Gargons. Anyway, these explorers are here to see you about something important. She told Gorgons we were investigating the ruins, stepping up the effort because the loud noises were getting worse. Which is, sure, let's go with that for simplicity's sake. Okay, first things first, what can you tell me about this relic? I showed the relic to Gorgons, but when he saw it, his face grew pale, just like Mascarpone and his chief.
Sorry, but can you please put that away? Yowza, I don't know where you picked up that thing, but it's got some seriously bad mojo floating around it. Just like the ruins. It's connected to the ruins? Did you get it from the ruins?
The one asking the questions here, I heard you observed the ruins. How much do you know about them?
So here's the thing, I'm no archaeologist. I just like creepy, scary stuff. That's why I hang around the ruins. I don't really know all that much about them, scientifically speaking. Sorry to be a disappointment, but if there's something in the ruins you're looking for, there is something I've got that I think can help. You ain't getting a peep out of me until you address me properly as Demogorgons. You can also add the Great on top of that if you're feeling generous. There's this compass I use whenever I'm searching for something. If you place an object connected to the thing you're looking for near it, it'll tell you the direction you need to go and reach it. Curious? Just follow me if you want to see it. I'll set up out back, not exactly a long walk. That sure sounds convenient. I wonder where in the ruins it might lead me if I place the relic on it. The ancient compass. Gorkons claims this strange device can locate just about anything. Ah crap, I totally forgot. Because of those loud noises coming from the ruins recently. The compass stopped working. Information just shook a whole mess of pieces right off it. It's too bad. That compass was pretty handy at locating things, but not to worry. This has happened before and I've managed to get it in good working order again. We just have to find the missing parts and plug them back into the compass. I've been kinda busy lately, so I haven't managed to find them all yet. You need to get the last couple if you wanna use a compass. Fine, so where are these missing parts then? Oh, well... I'm willing to share this useful and rather timely information if you do a little favor for me. What? Don't make that face, it won't be that hard. Probably. Bray probably mentioned that I collect antiques. It's sort of a hobby of mine. Or at least a way to pretend all the junk I keep lying around serves some sort of higher purpose. But ever since the compass broke, I haven't had much luck tracking down new pieces for my collection. That means I've got to resort to other methods to feed my collection. I've heard that the monsters nearby sometimes drop antiques if you beat them up. Hint hint. But yeah, if you're feeling spry, why not bring me pottery shards? You should be able to get them from hopping sprouts. Hopping sprouts are monsters I've spotted in the sensibly named hopping sprout area. The spots the hopping sprouts like to bob around in are actually valuable antiques. Even the broken pieces make nice additions to my collection. Anyhow, I'm leaving things in your capable hands. What is this? You already brought those pottery shards? Let's see. 1, 2. Yep, everything is. I wanted this here. I got no doubt these are from ancient times. What's to his face, I can practically see the words. Will this guy just shut up and tell me where those parts are? Floating in a bubble over your head. But we're not quite done yet, my talented new associate, because I've got one more favor to ask of you. Alright, we're gonna check out Gorgon's second favor next time. I'm not sure whether next time is when I will be doing this quest. I hope soon. But until then, I wish all of you the best. And I see you guys next time.